So for my discovery speech today, I chose the topic of favelas. So a favela is a Brazilian slum, usually located on the outskirts of town, the most popular ones being in Rio. They first started appearing in the 19th century when slavery was abolished in Brazil. So they migrated from the countryside to the cities around the 1940s to the 1970s. And because these people were so poor, they were generally called squatters, and what they would do would they would go seek out land that was abandoned and they would take it over. Because they went and took it over, it was not legal and they didn't have any permits to build, so they would have to steal materials to build their houses that weren't very structurally sound. And according to Jeff Wallenfield from the Encyclopedia Britannica, favela housing generally begins with makeshift structures fashioned from wood scraps and clay, but over time, more durable materials such as brick, cinder blocks, and sheet metal were incorporated. So because these houses were put up in such a short amount of time, they lacked basic utilities such as plumbing or running water. So these people would sometimes have to travel miles away from their houses to bring fresh water in. And because of the still standing water in their houses, it created a very big breeding ground for diseases, and it was just very unsanitary conditions. And so these Rio favelas actually have the highest infant mortality rate. But according to an article from catalyticcommunities.org, it states that close to 1.5 million people, which is around 24% of the Rio population, they live in favelas. So because of all of these people in such close proximity to each other, they had a very, very high crime rate and drug trafficking rate. So actually 35% of these favelas were run by drug traffickers and 35% by the militia. So the government tried to really crack down on this by strategically placing military units and police forces throughout these communities, and they actually succeeded. And so they wanted people to start touring there, and they really encouraged tourism. So an article from the NBC News written by Eric Ortiz, he says that instead of shooing away from these poor fringes, government officials have encouraged trips there. But because of these tourists being there, like holding cameras and taking pictures of all of these people, there was a big controversy stating that they would find it very degrading to the natives who live there by just taking pictures of their unsanitary living conditions. So not only degrading, but it could even be dangerous for the tourists themselves for like the crime and whatnot. But a survey from 6 of these communities actually states that 95% of these people like where they live and they wouldn't move even if their income doubled. So the reason I chose this topic today was because I wanted to raise awareness of how well we have it in America. So I feel like we take advantage of basic things such as running water and electricity. So I believe hopefully one day we can help these people in the favelas build more structurally sound houses that have indoor plumbing and proper electricity.